Never be deceived. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. God is exalted.
Yes, when we were growing up, they would say something like this: victory is mine. Come on, if you know it, just shout it where you are. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. Come on, if you know it, lift it up. I won't fail. Yeah, he's mine. Wow. Victory today. And come on, just tap yourself on the shoulder and just shout, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Come on, decree it, it's mine. Come on, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Doesn't matter what the enemy said, it's mine, it's mine. Doesn't matter what the doctor said, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I got victory in this thing. I've got somebody that's fighting for me. And when he got up from the grave, he got up with all power. Corona ain't got no power. He got up with all power. Yes, yeah. One more time. Hey,
Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is
yes, I've got victory. I've got victory. Yes, it's victory.
Listen, somebody ought to just praise him in the midst of your living room. Won't you praise him in the kitchen? Praise him in the dining room. Come on, you open the praise. In the midst of a pandemic, you still got it.
Come on, we don't care what your situation is. The Bible says, let everything that has breath praise the Lord. And if you get breath this morning, you ought to just begin to lift your praises in the room. Come on, we praise you, God. We glorify you. Thank you for grace and mercy, God.
Listen, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Redemption Church. We are glad to have you. I wish you could be in the sanctuary because I feel God in this house. I feel God. Come on. Since we're in church, we may want to have just a little bit of church. Come on. Listen, wherever you are, I dare you to go ahead and come with me. Come on. me a favor, just real quick, lift up your voice and just give God a great big shout. Listen, greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We welcome you. Listen, I'm so glad to be in the house on another Sunday morning. Amen. Well, praise God. Praise God. I'm so glad. Thank God for this awesome praise team. Praise God for this awesome praise team who has certainly set an atmosphere for worship. Thank God. Yes, ma'am. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for not only this praise team, but an awesome group of minstrels. Amen. Amen. Who helps to set such an atmosphere. And listen, let me say this. Since I really wish you could feel what I'm feeling in this moment. And I just pray that God, since you allow God into your home, that the same spirit that's in this place will sweep through your bedroom. I pray that the same spirit that's in this place will sweep through your front room. Whatever room you're in, we pray right now that God, you are invading that space. In the name of Jesus, I pray that they feel it. They feel it in the place that they're in. They feel it in their heart. They feel it in their hands. They feel it in their lips. God, right now, where you are, I need you to just open up your mouth and just begin to saturate that place with your praise. Come on. Just wherever you are, begin to open up your mouth and saturate that place with your praise. Amen. Listen, we miss you. We miss your physical selves. I get a chance to see so many of you on social media, but I miss seeing you with my own eyes, and I long for that time. I long for that time we can have church. It's crazy that we call contemporary church old school now. I miss the good old days. But until such time, we're going to give God praise even in a season like this. Come on, one more time. Just lift up your hands, lift up your mouth, and give God a glory shout. We finna get into this thing, but before we do, I want to praise God for my sweet thing. Pastor Sam, Lady Sam, however you want to designate her. She's in the place, and we praise God for her because, as some of you may have known, we had a few technical difficulties today. However, she was quick with it. She pulled out her phone and went live. Amen. What kind of, I wouldn't be under anybody else who wouldn't care about me enough to sacrifice my moment just so you can have a moment. Ooh, I just said something. I wouldn't be under nobody else who wouldn't sacrifice that moment just to make sure you had a moment. We praise God for Lady Sam, Pastor Sam, however you designate her. But I thank God for her spirit. I thank God for her wanting to be here today. Amen. In the midst of a crisis, she's very precautious. However, she still thought enough just to get out today when she kind of thought she wanted to stay at home. But there was just something, Darwin, it was something in her spirit that just wouldn't let us hold her peace. She wouldn't let her hold her position on the couch. So she got on out of the house. We praise God. Come on, let's make it do. Can we praise God for her right quick? Thank God. Thank God. I think as a leader, she's everything that I'm not. Amen. Praise God. I understand what they say. They say a better half. She's everything that I'm not sweet. She is. Amen. Some of y'all can testify to that. I ain't sweet. She is. Amen. I might be creative, but she's thoughtful. Yeah. Praise God for that. Come on, let's make it do. Let's talk about Jesus. Can we talk about Jesus for just a moment? Can we talk about Jesus? Listen, I believe I'm in my stuff. I believe that one of the most unappreciated capacities of humanity is in our ability to be resilient. Did y'all hear that? I believe, this is my own personal belief, I believe that one of the most underappreciated capacities of humanity is in our ability to be resilient. To be resilient means to rebound. To be resilient means to recover. Thank you, Dr. Charles Rimberg, who says in his article, The Art of the Bounce Back, the art of bouncing back, he says the core principle of resiliency is in our ability, watch this, to change or control our perspective. Yeah, he said the core principle is in our ability to control our perspective. He says in our quote, watch this, the defining characteristics of people who cope well is in how quickly they size up the challenge. Grab as much of control of the situation as possible and proactively work to enhance their well-being. He says they don't waste time whining, willowing in self-pity or trying to take time to fix things that they can't control. He said resilient people, watch this, resilient people make sure that they get everything under control. They can channel that thing into a new challenge and shape it in such a way, whatever the obstacle or the current catastrophe, he says they can channel it or reframe it in such a way where they will enhance their ability to come out on top. In other words, what I believe that he's trying to say to us is that, listen, we have everything that we need. I believe in short language, that's what he's trying to communicate to us, that we have everything that we need, everything that we need. I believe that there is a passage of scripture that perfectly parallels that statement. Go with me to 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 2. 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 2. It says this, listen. It says, Elisha says to the woman, he says, how can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house? He says, your servant has nothing there at all except a small jar of olive oil. So she has nothing at all except for a small jar of olive oil. I believe what he was trying to say to the woman, essentially what he really wanted her to understand is, ladies, listen to this. You have everything that you need. Hold on. Let me remain consistent with the current sermon series that we're in. So let me say it this way. Look at somebody real quick and tell them everything you need. Here's my subject. It's in the house. Everything you need. Everything you need is in. I tell you, right within the house that you're in. Look at somebody that's in the house with you and tell them, baby, everything we need. And he told me that about 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't get it until just now. He said, everything we need is. And ain't it crazy how we can make it do what it do without all the stuff that we're accustomed to? Ooh. Ain't that crazy how we can make it do what it do without having all the things that we've been accustomed to? Everything you need it's in the house. So before we get into the circumference of our text, let us accurately assess the context of this particular text. So going to 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1, he says, watch this. One of the wives of a disciple of a prophet, cried to Elijah. She said, sir, my husband has died. But you know how he feared God. You know how he feared God. But now a creditor is coming to take my children as slaves. Can we run that back? She said, listen, this is what the woman says. He said, one of the wives of a disciple of a prophet, that's what tongue twister, one of the wives of a disciple of a prophet called to Elijah. Said, my husband is dead. But you know how much he feared God. You know how he feared God, but now a creditor is coming to take my children to be slaves. Real quick, immediately, I believe we can deduce from this text a few details that describe the dearly departed. Immediately from this text, we can deduce from this text a few details that would describe the dearly departed. Number one, we know that he was a husband. 2, he was a daddy. 3, he was a disciple. 4, he feared God. 5, and he died in death. 1, he was a husband. 2, he was a daddy. 3, he was a disciple. 4, he feared God. 5, he died in death. One more time for the Holy Spirit. 1, y'all ought to know it by now. 1, he was a husband. 2, he was a daddy. Come on. 3, he was a disciple. 4, he feared God, and later he died in death. That's the 5 things that we do know. That's the 5 things that we do know. But here is the one thing that we don't know. Out of the 5 things that we do know, one of the things that we don't know is literally what he did. Out of the 5 things that we do know, one of the things that we don't know is what he did. Listen. Maybe I missed it. Out of the 5 things that we do know, the one thing that we don't know is literally what he did. I don't know what he did or he did not do for a living. Whatever he did or he did not do for a living, when he died and then it endangered his family. Did y'all catch that? I don't know what he did or he didn't do for a living, but whatever he did or didn't do for a living, when he died and then it endangered his family. Real quick, can I ask you a question? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing in this season? Watch this. What are you doing in this season that won't damage your next season?
Oh my God,
What are you doing in this season that will not cause damage to come to your next season? Listen, I'm not trying to pick on the man. I'm not trying to pick on the person. However, I do want to use this passage. I do want to use this passage to help me preach on the principle and the precaution. What are you doing in this season? What are you doing in this season that will not damage your next season? Listen, I need you to catch this real quick. I don't know what he did or he didn't do, but I would like to know what was being done. Because when he died, he was a man of God, but when he died, I just don't believe that's the will of God that we die and leave our families in a worse predicament. I don't know what he was doing when he died. But can I suggest to you that many of us make the same or similar mistakes that he made? Many of us make the same or similar mistakes. We want God to do all the work while we do all the waiting. We want God to do all of the work while we do all of the waiting. And people want to justify that we shall wait. The Bible says wait on the Lord. Now, waiting in a Christian sense means to be serving while you wait. What are you doing? What are we doing that when we die, we gotta do a GoFundMe? What are we doing? What are we doing when we buy all the most name brand stuff, but when we die, we still die in debt? What are we doing? What are we doing when we slave, we beat, we sharp, we dripping, we soft stuff, but we ain't got nothing in our bank account? What are we doing? Can I ask you, in this season of a lay low, in this season of a bounce back, what are we doing to make sure that when we bounce back right? What are we doing? Thank you, Dr. Vernon, who says sometimes we exercise faith, but we exercise faith in the wrong way. He says sometimes we allow our foolishness to dress up in faith clothing. See, I need you to understand, catch this. I need you to catch this. Listen, faith is not just waiting. Catch this. Faith is not just waiting. Faith is working. You do know the Bible says faith without works is dead. Faith is not just waiting. Faith is working with God. Faith is working with God. We want God. Listen, we want God to do the work, but we want Him to do the blessing, but we miss the work. We want to just do the waiting while we miss on the workload. No, we got to work with God. It's our job. Catch this. It's our job to build it, but it's God's job to bless it. It's our job to build it, but it's God's job to bless it. And you've heard it say that God does not bless mess. Yeah, He does not bless mess, but He also, watch this, He does not bless your miss. You didn't catch that. He doesn't just not bless mess, He also does not bless miss. He doesn't bless miss. What is that? He don't bless miss. Well, I don't get that. Watch this. Many of us not miss it, but we sure miss it. That went right up. We're not missing, but we sure miss it. In other words, you miss out on moments. You miss out on opportunity. You miss when God moves, and you want God to do what you want Him to do, but you ain't done nothing in the meantime. And some of us ain't missing. Some of us are just missing.
That's good right there.
Yeah, you just missing. You could have went to work. You just chose not to go to work. We miss more days, we miss more moments than we really want to admit. We're not, listen, when we miss the move of God, we tripping on everybody else, but really it ain't just being missing in our life, it's just the fact that we're missing. What are you doing? Yeah. I remember, watch this. A few years ago, actually not a long time ago, I was about 18 years old, for whatever reason, my mother decided that she wanted to support my dream of being a ball player. For whatever reason, she wanted to support my dream of being a ball player. So watch this. She scheduled a tryout with Verdi Sales at Shelby State Salukis. That's a long time ago when it was Salukis, Shelby State Salukis. And so she set up this tryout for me, and I went to go hoop at the tryout, right? And so when I got there, all of the guys were playing 21. But in my mind, I was focused on showing off the skills in the drill and working out in the game. But when I got there, the guys were playing 21, but I was still focused on the skills, the drill, and the game. They were playing 21. I was sitting there, I never forget, my mother asked me, why you just sitting here? I said, well, they just playing around. This ain't the game. And that's what I'm trying to say. While I was watching them, I was also watching my opportunity roll by. Many of us pray that God will give us a moment to have a shot, but when we get our shot, we miss the moment. We pray for God to give us a moment to have our shot, but when we get the shot, we miss the moment. I was missing the moment because I was stuck on what I was stuck on. Listen, I told you a few weeks ago, I told you last week that moments are not just moments. Moments are ordained and opportunities. Moments are opportunities, and opportunities are ordained. So what are you doing with this opportunity? I challenge you in this season that you need to be about the business of being resilient, so your bounce back will be ready.
Yes, sir.
Get somebody real quick, so my bounce back is ready. The text says, how can I help you? How can I help you? Tell me what's in your house.
Yes, sir.
She says, your servant has nothing there at all except a small jar of olive oil. I spent 6 years in the United States military, and my MOS, my military occupational specialty, was that of a supply sergeant. My job was to assess the needs of any unit that I was assigned to. That was my job. My job, watch this, was to assess the needs of any unit that I was assigned to. Not only assess their needs, but to secure their needs. It was my job to know what they needed, and watch this, and supply that need. That was my job. It was my job to know what they needed and supply those needs. My job was to order the supplies. My job was to retrieve the supplies. My job was to house the supplies. My job was to issue the supplies. And lastly, my job was to inventory the supplies. That was my job. My job was to inventory the supply. And it's important to know exactly what you have on hand. Why? Because when you take inventory, look at somebody and say, take inventory. You need to know what's in the house. You need to know what's in the house, and that's critical. Why? Because in order to survive the military, you have to have the ability to be flexible.
Yeah, that's it.
In order to survive the military, you have to have the ability to be flexible, because the military is a very fluid situation. You got to be ready at all times for anything, and it's important that you know what's in the house. So when you have, watch this, once anything pops out in the house, you know what you got on hand. Y'all ain't catching me. Listen to this. Because watch this, you might have some things in this season that doesn't have much value. But that very same item in the next season becomes invaluable. Y'all still don't get what I'm saying. I never considered in a million years that a can of Lysol would be invaluable. Y'all don't want to have no church. I never visioned in a million years that a roll of toilet tissue would become so invaluable. I never thought that paper towels would have so much value. Some of the stuff that you got in your house, you've been looking right over it, and God said, that's the very thing I'm going to use to bring you out. You got to know what's in your house. Yeah, you got to know what's in your house, because the stuff that God will give you to protect you and to serve you is the very same thing that's hiding in plain sight. The very thing that God will use to protect and serve you is the very thing that's hiding in plain sight. You got to know what's in your house. Watch this. And not only know what's in your house, but then when you find out what's in your house, you got to know how to use what you got. Y'all don't want to have no church. Come here, Paul. Chapter 27 in Acts, you know that Paul was on a ship in prison. He was in prison on a ship, and when they were in prison on the ship, the waves beat against the ship so bad that it wrecked the ship, and they jumped overboard. And watch it, the same thing that was imprisoned him was the same thing that God used to sustain him. You got to learn how to use what you got. You might think your stuff is broken, but can I suggest to you that you can make it on broken pieces? Maybe your house ain't the best house, but you can make it on broken pieces. You can make it on the broke pleasant. You can make it you can make it with just a little beans and rice. You can make it on the stuff. You got to know that God will sustain what you have, and you can make it. You can make it on what's in your house. You got to know what's in your house. You got to know what's on hand. You got to know what's on hand, because God will use the thing that you've been looking over as the very thing that, some of y'all missing this. Not only will God use the thing you've been looking over, can I suggest to you that in the next season, in this upcoming season, God is going to use people that's been overlooked. They didn't see what you was until this happened. Sometimes watch the storms have a way of revealing some things, and there's some stuff that God has been showing you that you didn't come valuable until this season. I need you to understand that the same folk that's been overlooking you, God is going to use you. You got to know not only what's in your house, but you got to know who's in your house. Y'all making me get too excited this Sunday. I got too much to preach. You got to know what's in the house. You got to know who's in your house. You got to know what's in your house. You got to use what you got in the house, and you got to know who's in your house. Come on, let's keep moving. Watch this. So here we are. Verse 3, the text says, and Elisha says to the woman, he says, go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't just ask for a few. And then watch this, once you get them, look what he says. He said, go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. I really wish I had so much more time to unpack all of this, because this is certainly a rich text. But when I was looking at this text in preparation for this presentation, it's something that jumped out at me in the text. And what jumped out at me in the text, watch what he says. He says, then go inside and shut the door. You got quiet because y'all didn't catch it. Okay, I'll unpack it. That's what I'm here for. I'll unpack it. He says, go inside and shut the door. Immediately, I was reminded of the time when Moses went into the ark. He and his family, and God shut the door behind them. Yes, sir. Yeah, Elisha says, go inside and shut the door. He said, go inside and shut the door. I must have seen this text over 1,000,000 times, but every time I looked at it, I overlooked it. I must have read this text 1,000,000 times, but every time I see it, I overlook it. And so now when I was getting prepared for this sermon, something about that text has jumped out at me. And I need you to understand, watch this, I need you to understand that it's something about the concept of closed doors. It's something about this concept of shut doors. Here it is, Matthew chapter 6, watch this. In Matthew chapter 6, Jesus is teaching on prayer. But not only is he teaching how to pray, he makes in the introduction of that text, he puts primary emphasis on not just how to pray, but on where to pray. Not just how to pray, but where to pray. He says, watch what he says. He says, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have gone into the room, look what he says. He says, and shut the door. Pray to your Father who is in this secret place. Somebody help me shout secret place. Can I suggest to you real quick that God is calling us into the secret place? He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. They that dwell in the secret place of the Most High shall dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. Could it be the reason why we are encouraged to stay in the house? It's because in the house, behind the shut door, is the secret place. Can I suggest to you that God dwells in the secret place? And what I need you to understand about the secret place is that the secret place is a place where your enemies cannot follow you. In the secret place is a place that the enemy cannot follow you. I need you to understand that depression cannot follow you into the secret place. I need you to understand that danger cannot follow you into the secret place. You can hide in the secret place. In the secret place. In the secret place is the place where God dwells. And I need you to understand it's in the secret place that you get that one-on-one with God. When you go to the room and you shut the door, that's the secret place. The reason why, watch this, we can be in the same place at the same time and still not be in the same place at the same time. Because you only came to the building, but I was in the secret place. That's why y'all can come to church and have a different experience. Girl, I didn't get nothing. That's because maybe you weren't in the secret place. And I need you to understand, we have church real quick. I need you to understand that God dwells in the secret place. And we got to get to that place. But what is the secret? The secret place is where my soul connects with God. When I'm not concerned about who is around me, I'm not concerned what note you sing. I'm not concerned what song you sing. I'm not concerned about the outfit that you got on. I'm not concerned about the attitude that you got. I'm not concerned about the bills that's at home. I'm not concerned about the argument I just had in the car. Because I came to meet God in the secret place. In the secret, I came to meet God in the secret place. I need you to understand right where you are. Maybe that's why God got you in your house with your shut door. Because God is locking you in so He can meet you in the secret. I've come to believe that this social distancing is really the secret place. God is blocking out everything that's been distracting you because He wants a one-on-one with you. God said, you've been intimate with too many other things, but you ain't been intimate with me. I need you to meet me in the secret place. Now, some of us been tripping off silk too long. There's a meeting in my bedroom. God said, no, you need to get out the bedroom and meet me in the secret place. It's in the secret place. The secret place is where God dwells. It's in the secret place that God will hide you and cover you. It's in the secret place that God will shield and protect you. It's in the secret place where the Corona can't find you. It's in the secret place. It's in the secret place. It ain't about your paranoia or your precaution. God has been covering you in the secret. He's hiding you in the secret place. They that dwell in the secret place of the Most High shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. God wants to meet you in the secret place. The secret place. Not only, watch this. Not only do we see the secret place, but when we continue to look at the text, we don't just see the secret place, we also see the strategy. The text says, go around, ask all of your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for a few. Then go inside, shut the door behind you. Look at these details. Shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour oil into all of the jars. And as each one of them is filled, put it to one side. Listen, the art of bouncing back suggests that the defining characteristics, I said this earlier, the defining characteristics of people who cope well is in their ability to quickly size up the challenge, grab as much control of the situation as possible, and proactively work to enhance your well-being. I've come to discover that so many of us are saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Spirit, but what we lack is a strategy. Come on. Teach. We're saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Spirit, but yet we lack strategy. God wants to give you strategy. Somebody help me say strategy. God wants to give me. You can't shout on this stuff. God wants to give you strategy. This is a note taking time. God wants to give you strategy. When your calling has nothing to do with the assignment that's on your life, you're going to need God's strategy to pull it off. God wants to give you strategy. When you got to do what God has called you to do, you're going to need strategy. And if you would just take time, if you would take advantage of the secret place, it's in the secret place. Watch this. That not only will you come out with peace, you will also come out with a plan.
Yeah, that's good right there.
Not only will you come out of the secret place with peace, but you will come out with a plan. God wants to give you a strategy. He wants to show you how to take what you have and use what you got.
Yeah, that's good.
Watch this. When God gives you a strategy, watch this. The stuff that's in your house that looks random will all of a sudden make sense.
Come on in this house.
When God gives you a strategy, watch this. All the stuff that you've been tripping on all your life will suddenly make sense. Now you know why you had to go through what you went through, because what you went through then helps you prepare for now, and it was all in plan with God's strategy. God wants to give you a strategy. He wants to show you. He wants to teach you. He wants to show you and teach you how to make sense of the stuff that you always overlooked. I think my grandma who had very little education, but she was the smartest woman I ever met. Because grandma had a way, watch this, grandma just had a way of making stuff happen when there was nothing there. I don't know how y'all, maybe y'all done had a kind of grandma I had. My grandma, I told y'all this, my grandmother could go into an empty room, an empty kitchen. I'm talking about, I went in there, I searched high and low for something to find. I searched high and low for just a drink. I searched high and low for a pop or some jungle juice. Y'all know about jungle juice, the 3 for 75 cents. Y'all know about that. I just searched high and low for all these type of things, and wasn't nothing there. But however, she could go in the same room that I went into and didn't find nothing, but she could go in there and plan the whole dinner, plan the whole lunch, and plan breakfast. Listen, my grandma was she had some strategy that was I just got to figure out that it really wasn't that I just missed some. It's just I didn't have that divine strategy. When God has given you a divine strategy and you understand Him to be the source, then all the resources will make sense. That's it. All your failures will begin to make sense. All your disappointments will begin to make sense. All of your setbacks will begin to make sense. That betrayal will begin to make sense. When folk leave your life and you thought that was the worst thing that happened in your life, it's in that moment that God will make sense of it. Then you see His strategy. Oh God, I got it.
Yes, God.
You remember when the disciples were on the sea in the middle of the storm, when they saw Jesus, they didn't see Jesus, they saw a ghost.
Yeah. My.
But when God opened their eyes, they were able to see Him. Some of the stuff that happened in your life, you're going to say, oh, I didn't even know. Now I know that was God.
All the time.
I thought that was the worst thing that happened to me, but really it was God. Hindsight is 50-50. When you go back in 2020, hindsight is 2020. When you go back and look at some stuff, you're gonna think that was the worst thing that happened to you. Really, it was part of God's plan for your life. That's when the scripture comes true. All things work together for the good of those who love God and who are called according to His purpose. That's when you see the strategy.
He's working it out.
Oftentimes we like to come to church and we like to sing, we like to shout, but we don't lead with strategy.
Come on.
God, show me how to be successful in this season. Show me how to use what I've got. Show me how to take the gifts that you've given me and make $1 off of it. Show me how not to just make the moment last, but how to build a legacy. Show me your strength. I need a divine plan. I need you to give me spiritual intellect so I can know how to navigate at times like these. I need a strategy. Somebody help me shout strategy. Need a strategy. When you come, listen, you need a strategy. So when you come out of this, you'll come out of your bounce back season will be better than it was when you began. You need a strategy. You need to learn how. God, show me how to flip this moment. Show me how to make this moment, not how to make this moment count for my future. Because I don't want to die and cause more damage on my next season. Show me how. Give me divine strategy.
Yes, God. Teach us, God. Help us, Lord. Yes, God.
I speak of your life.
Yes, God.
I speak of your life, spiritual wisdom, that God will give you divine strategy.
Yes,
God, show me how to use what I've got. You show me. Show me my next step. Show me my next job. Show me my next move. You show me. give me divine strategy so I know what song to write next. I know what song to sing next. I know what business to work next. I know what job to accept, which one to decline. Give me strategy. Give me a plan so I won't come back like a days ago. I won't come back half-cocked. I won't come back unprepared. I won't come back vulnerable. Give me a plan so I can maximize my moment. Because my moment is not just a moment. My moment is an opportunity, and my opportunity is ordained. But give me strategy on how to move in this next season. Show me how to sit down and write the vision and make it plain. God, give me the vision and then give me clarity so I can articulate what you've given me. Give me divine strategy. I don't want just a plan. I want the master's plan. Not just a master plan. I want the master's plan for my life. I don't want to be like the man who died and left his family in debt and with his children almost going to slavery. No, I want to leave a legacy when I'm gone. I want to say, Daddy hooked me up. Daddy left a stone for me to stand on. Daddy built something for me to keep moving. Give me divine strategy. Don't just bring me back to church to shout. Give me a strategy. Show me how to build the church. Show me how to build connections. So even if something like this happens, we're prepared, we're ready, and we don't fall. Show me strategy. I need a strategy. I need a plan. I need the pieces. Show me what stuff makes sense. Give me the pieces of the puzzle so I know how to put it together. Give me strategy. But I don't want to walk around ignorant, just blissfully moving through life. Show me how to move. Show me how to speak. Show me who to talk to. Show me who to separate from. Maximize his social distance. Who should I not connect with? Who should I forgive but not fellowship with anymore? Show me how to disconnect, who to disconnect from, and then link me up with those who are going to set me up. Give me strategy. Speak over your life that God will give you strategy on how to navigate this next season. Because I don't want what I'm doing in this season to damage my next season. Give me strategy. I don't want my laziness to cause me to continue to lack. Give me strategy. I don't want my complacency to cause me to miss the move. Give me strategy. But I want to see the plan. I want you to tell me the plan. Give me strategy. God, he said, Moses, come up to the mountain, and when you come up to the mountain, I'm going to give you a plan on how to build the tabernacle. You gave him specifics. You gave him dynamics. You told him what he needed, where he needed it, what colors to put. God, you gave him strength. You gave him the blueprint. God, I pray for the blueprint. God, if we kingdom building, the kingdom doesn't look like you want it to look. God, tell me how to build it, what to build, where to build it, who to build it with. Give me strategy. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I pray that when this is over, you come out with a sound strategy. Yes, God. I pray that you come out with the master's plan for your life. That we won't just pick back up where we left off, but we'll pick back up better. Our bounce back. Our resiliency will be better. If resiliency means to rebound and recover, God, help me to rebound and recover well. Give me strategy. In the name of Jesus. Yes, God. Yes, God. Glory to your name, oh God. So not only do we see this woman's strategy, not only do we see the secret place, not only do we see the strategy, catch this. The Bible says, and she went and told the man of God, look what we did. We took oil and we filled up the jars until the jars ran out. And that's when the oil stopped flowing. He says, watch this. He says, woman, go take what you have, sell it, pay your debts, so you and your sons can live off what's left. He says, go, sell the oil, pay your debts, you and your sons can live off what's left. So not only do we see the secret place, we see the strategy, the lesson, we see her success. We see the secret place. We see the strategy and we see the success. God made her, watch this, because she met him in the secret place. Because she stuck to the plan, God made her plan to prosper. That's a strategy for you right there. Because she met him in the secret place, he gave her a strategy, and because she stuck to the plan, God made that plan prosper. He made it to prosper. She won because she stuck to the strategy. I speak success over your life. But success to a greater extent is in a person's willingness and ability to follow instructions. Success to a great extent is in your ability to follow and in your ability to listen to instruction. The problem is many of us rebuke instruction. We don't want to be told what to do because we know everything. I love my children to death. I'm not speaking to the one that's over here. But my children know everything. They know everything, but they don't know nothing. And so sometimes, watch this, it's not about what you know. It's about humbling yourself to authority and sticking to the script, staying with the plan, sticking to the strategy. Some of us are degreed, well experienced, but we still need the instruction.
Yes, sir. No, I do.
I think one of the most humorous things in life is that we come up with a plan and God comes it up and says, no, this is what we do. You can map out your whole, I've tried to map out my life and it didn't look nothing like this. So if I would have stuck to my plan, look how much I would have missed. But praise God that he jumps in the nick of time.
Yes, God. Yes.
Praise God that he jumps in the nick of time and navigates me. Navigates me where I need to be. In this season, I pray that God will navigate you where you need to be.
That's good.
Success to a great extent is in your ability, your willingness to follow. Willingness and your ability to follow instructions. I pray in this season that you will yield to the voice of God. I pray in this season that you will meet God at the secret place. That God will speak to your heart. He will speak to your spirit.
Yes, sir.
I just believe God is going to do something amazing in your life. God is no respecter of persons. He won't bless somebody more than he'll bless another. And so this lady in the text, she sold everything she had. She poured all the oil, she sold it. She paid off her debts. God, watch this. God blessed her so that she was able to pay her bills, keep her babies, and then he blessed her with the overflow.
Thank you, Jesus.
Not just believe when you come out of this, you're going to come out better.
Thank you, Lord. Yes, sir.
I pray that God will give you a strategy so you know how much to spend per week so your money can stack. Because the stuff that the money that we were losing before Corona, eating out all the time, gas money all the time, going here and there, shopping too much, getting things that we didn't need. I pray that you would use this time and wisdom to stack that money instead of spending that money. Because I believe every Christian should earn. He should earn money. He should tithe money. He should save money. And then he should prepare what to do with his money. Every Christian, that ought to be the goal for every Christian, that you ought to earn money. Tithe your money. You can't afford not to tithe. Tithe your money. Save your money and then prepare what to do with your money when you go. Because when I'm gone, I want my children to be better. I want my legacy to be better. I want to leave something behind, not that they got to pay, that they're blessed with. Some of this is it's not just spiritual stuff, it's practical stuff. Go get you some life insurance.
You better say that.
The money you pay for some J's, you can pay for some life insurance.
God give us health and sound mind. Come
on, let's be smart. We can't just be spiritual and not be smart. I'm not judging the man in the text, but what I do know is when he died, he left his family in danger. That's a precautionary tale. Don't leave your family in danger. I don't know what's going to come up this season, but I do know that when we come out of this season, we ought to be ready for a bounce back.
That's it.
Can I end like I began? I believe that one of the most unappreciated capacities of humanity is in our ability to be resilient. Resilient means to rebound and to recover. I speak divine recovery for every woman of God, every man of God, every child listening to this stream. I speak recovery, divine recovery. I speak a strong sense of resiliency in your spirit. That this will not be the end of you. This will actually begin you. Something will be birthed out of this season that you'll be able to build. And when you build it, God will bless you. But can I let you know that everything you need is in the house? You already have everything that you need. I just pray that God will give you eyes to see and ears to hear. In the name of Jesus. Come on, that's my little that's my little message. That's all I got. I want to give you some practical wisdom. I want to give you what the Bible says concerning moments like this. I believe that everything you need is already in your house. I believe everything you need is already in your house. You need to know what's in your house, who's in your house. Get to the secret place, find his strategy, and you'll find his success. Come on, I believe God. Come on, let's give God glory. Come on, let's give God glory. Come on. Let's give God glory in this house. Listen, I don't know who I'm talking to, but maybe you're out there and you need something. You need a place to join. You need a place. You need a covering over your life. You need a secret place. We'll welcome you into this place in the name of Jesus. Listen, I want to make it real easy for you. I want you to do this. I want you to text. Put it on the screen. I want you to text RDPTN to 31996. You can text to join. You ain't got to put your names in the comments this week. Praise God for the upgrade. You don't have to put, maybe you don't want to be public. You want everybody to know what you're doing. That's all right. We made it easy for you. Just text 31996. Text RDPTN to 31996 and you can join that way. We can meet you. We can meet you there. And our virtual assimilation team will hook you up to make sure that you get hooked up. If you're looking for a church home, we'll take you. If you're looking for Jesus, we'll take you. We offer Jesus to you right now. Those of you who need the Lord, need salvation, need a way of escape. God is saying, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man to get to the Father unless they come through me. I pray right now that you would text us. Meet us on the live stream. Connect with us. We want to connect with you in the name of Jesus. Come on, y'all. Let's worship some more. Come on, let's go.
Say, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to see something I've never seen. Say, are you ready? Something I never seen. Oh, raise it up. Oh, get ready to see something I've never seen. Say, are you ready to see something I've never seen? Oh, y'all sing it. Come on, while you're at home, just lift it up with us. Say, I'll get ready. Ready for overflow. Say, I'll get ready. Ready for overflow. Say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Ready for overflow. Say, oh, I'm ready. Ready for overflow. Come on, you say it. Say, ready for overflow. Ready for overflow. Ready for overflow. I make the preparations right now for what's getting ready to happen in the next season. I'm ready for overflow. I got to use what I got to get what I need. I'm ready for overflow. God, you can have your way in this season. I'm ready for overflow. Say, I'll get ready. Say, I'll get ready.
Are you ready for overflow? Listen. This is a moment of our giving. Listen, before we jump into this, let me say thank you. Let me say thank you to each and every one of you. Listen, we were able to raise a substantial amount for the single mother who was burned out, had the house fire, and lost everything. The crazy part, watch it, is the young lady had just bought the house 3 months prior. She had a house fire and lost everything. But thanks to you and your kindness, thanks to you and your gifts, we were able to give a substantial amount to this young lady to help her watch this, to help her bounce back. Yeah. Thank you so much for giving and for being so kind. Because the truth of the matter is that's a seed. Because if you would ever experience anything like that, you would want somebody to help you bounce back. So thank you for giving. But listen now, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to get your gift in your hand. I need you to get your seed. I need you to get your seed. This project is something we're getting ready for overflow. Overflow begins with your seed. Overflow begins with your seed. The text says the woman had one small jar of oil. One. She had one small jar of oil, but God took that oil, and the oil did not stop until her jars were gone. She didn't run out. She didn't run out of oil. She just ran out of jars. She didn't run out of oil. She just ran out of jars. And I speak over your life that God will cause your money to overflow. When you won't run out of money, you run out of stuff to do with it. Woo. That's a good listen. You won't run out of money, you just run out of what to do with it. So your overflow starts right here. I need you to get your offering. Get your seed. I need you to text that seed. Come on. You can give it by text. You can give it by the website. You can give it through the app. You can cash app it. If God leads you and if God comes you with the seed, I pray that you will see it right now. Because your overflow begins with your seed. Come on, let's hear, let's hear, let's hear. Now unto him who is able to keep us from falling and to present us faultless before his presence with exceeding joy. To you, the only wise God, I say, and let there be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, rest, rule, and abide, henceforth, now, and forever. Let the people of God shall overflow. I'm ready for overflow. Ready for overflow. Ready for overflow.